First thing you need to do is get the bike off the ground or stable, because you don't want to change it on a kickstand. It's a 650-pound bike. You don't want the bike to fall over on you. So we have this little homemade little jack stand here, made out of 2x8s and a bar for leverage. Rick, stick it up. And that gets the bike off the ground and completely solid. All right, this is a 2017 Yamaha Stryker, and the bolt you want to use, if we can get under there, if you can see it, the bolt you want to take off is the one right here, right there, the one with the little bar around it. It's a 17 millimeter. I'm going to take a breaker bar and get it loose, because the first time this oil has been changed is a brand new bike. Okay, I got it loose. The other thing you need to do, first little change in oil, is you're going to leak some on your floor. So I'm going to put this oil carpet down just in case you do. And because the bike's not that high, it's kind of hard to. Just about got the drain plug off. Turning it by hand. Come out any second. There it goes. And there's the oil. Going to drain into the pan. It's about 3.5 quarts in this bike, so it's a nice little bit of oil in there. All right, we're going to put a filter on it. This is the filter here, and it's -60. The old filter was -50, but this is the new one that Yamaha recommends. And we're going to put Yamaha in there. They say don't put regular motor oil, because the motorcycles use the oil also to lubricate the transmission, and supposedly Yamaha has something else added to it that helps with that. And they say always to use a motorcycle oil when you change the oil. We're using 1040 because that's kind of the all viscosity grade for low and high temperatures. Okay, so I'm going to put the bolt back on here. It's still dripping just a tiny bit, but not really. Okay, there we go. All right. We're gonna tighten it up. There's certain specs for how tight you're supposed to make it. I've been changing oil in cars and bikes for years and years and years, and you just want to make sure you don't tighten it too tight, because you could strip the bolts. Just want to get it nice and snug in there, but not too tight, because you could strip the bolt in the engine block, and that would be a problem. So now we got the drain plug back on there. Now we're going to do the filter. All right, we're going to take the new oil filter off with this oil filter wrench. There's lots of ways to get oil filters off, different kind of vice grips, but hopefully this one will work. It goes on like that, and it'll take the other one off with a socket wrench. So we're going to take the old one off right now. It's put on by the factory. I hope they didn't put it on too tight. I think I'm turning it here. So the oil filter wrench did work. Okay, so I got the wrench off. I'm just turning it by hand. And the old filter's off. And the new filter is right here. What we want to do is get a little bit of oil, put some oil on your finger or something, and wipe some oil around the outer, this little rubber ring here. That's something I've always been told to do when I change oil. Helps it do something, but always put some oil on there like that. And I'm going to put the new filter. Screw it in as tight as you can get it by hand. The old wrench gets stuck. The wrench gets stuck on this, so I have these vice grips here that are made for an oil filter, and we can pop it off with these like that. Otherwise, it's really hard to get this off of the old filter. When you put the new filter on, when you tighten it up all the way, it'll get stuck again, but just change the direction of the wrench and pop it back a little tiny bit without moving the filter, and it'll come right off. Okay, so that we just want to get the new filter tight on here. So put the oil filter wrench on here, tighten it up till you get it all the way to the end, and get it nice and tight, but not too tight. And then, like I said, you'll get your wrench stuck, and we'll take it back the other way, and it'll pop right off. Add the oil in. It takes 3.6 quarts. And just want to be careful that we don't pour it in too fast and it comes out the top. All right, put the cap back on. Wipe off a little bit of oil here. And next thing we want to do, start it up, make sure there's no leaks. Make sure nothing's coming out underneath. I got these. In good shape. And that concludes changing the oil in 2017 Yamaha Stryker. Alright, we'll quickly take it off my jack stand. And you can make this stand for about $5. The bar for leverage, though, can be expensive, so hopefully you can have something sitting around your garage you can use for that. Made this stand for about $5, and it's as solid as it can be. It's great for working on the bike. But to take it off, all you need to do is just come backwards, just rock it back, and come right off.